and I'll be doing an active story this morning to get you all woken up. So we're going to wake up our bodies and our faces and our voices, and then we're going to use all our amazing drama and acting skills to bring the story to life this morning. So welcome to everybody who's here joining us. If you've been to a story time with me before, then welcome back. I'm really excited to have you here this morning, and hopefully you're feeling all ready to move around and do some amazing drama with our story today. So we have got, for our story today, Commotion in the Ocean. It's one of my favourite, really exciting stories, and I'm really looking forward to sharing it with you this morning. Before we get started on our story, what we're going to do is we're going to wake our bodies up and our faces up and our voices up so that we're ready to bring the story to life and use loads of energy to do that this morning. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to wake our bodies up. So you might want to stand up if you'd like to. And we're going to start with our fingers. And we're going to give them a shake. Shake, 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 shake. And then we're going to take the shake all the way down our arms, and we might shake them all the way up to the ceiling, and all the way down to the ground, and all the way up to the ceiling again, and all the way down to the ground again, and give them a big old shake. Well done. And then we're going to do the same thing with our legs. So we can do them one at a time, and we can shake one of them really, really, really hard, and shake the other one, and do an amazing dance so they both shake all at the same time. And then we're going to do our whole body. So we're going to start with our hands up in the sky and shake our whole bodies as much as we can, all the way down and all the way up again. Well done. And hopefully your body is feeling all nice and warm and ready to go this morning. Mine certainly is. And we're going to wake our faces up. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to imagine we've got an enormous sweetie, a huge one. I'm going to put it in our mouth and chew it and chew it and chew it like this. And then you can swallow it when it's all chewed up. Well done. And you can keep chewing that as long as you want, and that's going to get your cheeks all nice and warmed up, ready for all your amazing faces that you can do in our story today. And the other thing we can do to warm our face up is we can do a tiny face and an enormous face like this. Tiny face, enormous face. Should we try that? Tiny face, enormous face. And one more. Tiny face, enormous face. Well done. And your face is all warm now and ready to go. I can feel my cheeks all nice and warm, ready for our story this morning. And then we're going to wake our voices up. And that's really important that we can do our voices to make some great sounds during our story. So what we can do with our voices is we can start in a very quiet whisper. And we can whisper, "Good morning." Can you do that? Good morning. And then we'll make it a bit louder. And I'm going to move my hands like this. And as they go up, our good morning is going to get louder and louder and louder. And then quieter and quieter and quieter again. And when I do this, then we'll stop. So we're starting our whisper. You ready? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. That was very loud. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Well done. And now your voice is all warmed up too, ready to go very, very quiet and very, very loud. Well done. So now that your body and your face and your voice is all warmed up, we're going to start our story this morning. And if you're watching this morning and you'd like me to say good morning to you, just ask your grown-up to pop a little comment down on their on the comment thingy, and then I can say good morning to you because I know that you're there, and that would be really lovely, wouldn't it? Okay. Commotion in the Ocean. Does anybody already know this story? I really like it. Okay. So here we go. We start off looking out into the sea. And it says, oh, good morning, Rosie and Felix. Thank you for joining. There's a curious commotion at the bottom of the ocean. I think we ought to go and take a look. Should we have a look? Can we see? Good morning, Rachel and Violet as well. Thank you so much for joining this morning. We're just looking in the bottom of the ocean for things. You'll find every sort of creature that lives beneath the sea swimming through the pages of this book. We're going to see them all. What sea creatures can you think of that we might see? I wonder if you're right. Good morning, Liv. Good morning, Fran. Thank you for joining. There are dolphins, whales and penguins. There are jellyfish and sharks. There's the turtle and the big white polar bear. I wonder if we can try being some of those animals to get us started this morning. So dolphins. Can you turn your body into a dolphin? Dolphins are very kind of smooth and swishy in the way they swim, aren't they? I wonder if you can do a swishy dolphin body. Well done. Dolphins everywhere. And we've got whales. Whales are enormous, aren't they? Huge animals with their spouts that whoosh water up the top. Whoosh. Wonder if you can be a big, enormous whale with whooshing water coming out your spout. Well done. And penguins! Who can do an amazing penguin waddle? Penguins are one of my favourites. And we can do a waddle, 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 waddle. Do funny feet and funny penguin arms. Good morning, Darcy, Emily and Maxwell. Thank you for joining us. I bet you can be great penguins waddling around. Well done. And there are jellyfish. Who can be a wibbly wobbly jellyfish? Woo, wibble, 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 wobble. Can you wibble wobble all over the room and do a little wibbly jelly dance? Well done. And sharks. Sharks have a big fin on the top of their back, don't they, or the top of their head? And the sound I like to do for a shark goes like this. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. But you can do whatever sound you like for a shark. You might want to show your big sharp teeth. Be an amazing shark. There's the turtle. The turtles have a big shell, don't they? So their backs go all round with the shell. And they've got little flippers at the side. Flip, 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 to help them swim. And they swim around. And sometimes they hide in their shell, don't they? And they go. And they hide away. And then they come out to say hello again. And then they hide away. Well done, everybody. Great turtles. And the big white polar bear. Polar bears are huge, aren't they? I wonder if you can puff up your chest and your arms and make yourself enormous like a big fluffy polar bear. And maybe you could give somebody that's there with you a big, huge polar bear cuddle. A big fluffy one. Great polar bears. Really like those. And our story says, but can you see behind the wrecks and in between the rocks? Let's see if we can find who's hiding there. Let's have a look. First of all, it's a crab. The crab likes walking sideways. And I think the reason why is to make himself look sneaky and pretend that he's a spy. A spy crab. The crabs have their little pincers, don't they? And they move sideways. Can you do some sideways walking? Maybe a little crab dance with your pincers going side to side. I do like crabs and they're very funny. And next we've got turtles. And look at all the baby turtles. And we practiced being a turtle already, didn't we? With our big shell and maybe hiding and coming out again and hiding and coming out again to say hello. So maybe we can practice being turtles while I read this bit. We crawl up the beach from the water to bury our eggs on dry land. We could bury our eggs, couldn't we? We could bury in the sand, make a hole, put our eggs carefully in and cover them over again. Well done, little turtles. We lay a whole batch, and then when they hatch, they scamper about on the sand. Do you think you could be a little baby turtle scampering about, going to get to the sea? A little speedy, speedy baby. Next, we've got dolphins. The wonderful thing about dolphins is hearing them try to speak. But it's not, how do you do? Like I'd say to you, it's more of a click, whistle, squeak. So maybe we could try that. We could try our dolphin bodies all swishy and smooth like we did before. And we could try making some dolphin sounds like clicking and whistling and squeaking. Can you do some dolphin noises like that while you're doing your dolphin body? Wonderful dolphins. They're so chatty, dolphins, aren't they? An angelfish. Woo, fancy fish there. Hello, I'm the angelfish, darling. The prettiest thing in the sea. What a shame there are no other creatures as gorgeous and lovely as me. Oh, the angelfish is so fancy, isn't she? And so beautiful. Maybe we could be a beautiful angelfish. Just, swimming along, feeling very fancy and beautiful. There's no one as gorgeous as me, she says. Maybe she'll blow a little kiss to her fans, give them a wave. Well done. The jellyfish. We practiced this one already, didn't we? Look at this wibbly wobbly jellyfish with all his jelly tentacles. The jellyfish just loves to jiggle, which other fish think is quite dumb. She knows that it's not all that useful, but jiggling's very good fun. It really is. Shall we do some jiggling like the jellyfish? Jiggle, 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 wibble, wibble, wibble. Little jelly dance with your jellyfish tentacles. Ooh. Well done. You'll be jellyfish all day long, dance around like that. Oh, who have we got next? I wonder if you can guess. The next one does this. Can anyone remember which animal that is? It's the shark. There is. I swim with a grin up to greet you. See how my jaws open wide? Why don't you come a bit closer? Take a good look inside. Snap! Can we be a shark with his wide open teeth, waiting for a little fish to swim in? Well done. Oh, next we've got a swordfish. You see his big sword, his big long nose. What does the swordfish say? I love to chase after small fishes. Stops me from getting too bored. And then when I start feeling hungry, I skewer a few on my sword. We could do a big swordfish nose, couldn't we, like this? Or even with two. And do some swordfish swimming. And see if we can get some other fish onto our sword, ready to eat them later. One of my favourites, the octopus. Having 8 arms can be useful. You may think it looks a bit funny, but it helps me to hold all my children and tickle each one on the tummy. Can you see all your octopus arms? And maybe you'd like to use an octopus arm to tickle somebody, or maybe a grown-up with you would like to tickle you with a big octopus tickle. This octopus looks very smiley, tickling all of its children. Okay. We've got a stingray next. Here's the stingray. They're very flat, aren't they? They just lie on their tummies right in the bottom of the sea. Maybe you could lie down flat on your tummy and be a stingray shuffling along on the sand at the bottom of the sea. At the bottom of the ocean, the stingray flaps his wings, but don't you get too close to him. His tail really stings. Maybe you could pretend you've got a tail that you can zap somebody with. Zap, zap. Is there somebody there that you can zap with your tail and make them jump? Oh, ouch. And now we've got our snappy lobsters. Never shake hands with a lobster. It isn't a wise thing to do. With a clippity clap and a snippety snap, he would snip all your fingers in two. Oh no! Can we do some snappy lobster claws? Snap, snap, snip, snip, snap, snap, snip, snip. What are you going to snap? Are you going to try and get someone? Snap, 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 snip, snip. And now we're going into the deep sea. Look at all these cool fish. Right at the bottom of the sea, really, really far down. All the fish are completely different to the ones that we know about, that we see higher up in the sea. The deep sea. Miles below the surface, where the water's dark and deep, live the most amazing creatures that you could ever meet. There are fish of all descriptions, of every shape and size. Some have giant pointy teeth and great big bulbous eyes. Some of them can walk around and balance on their fins. But the strangest fish of all have glowing whiskers on their chins. What if you could be a really strange, amazing fish in the deep sea? Maybe wiggling around, balancing on your fins, or with amazing light shining out of your chin. And next we've got the big blue whale. Wow. Look how huge our whale is. There's no other beast on the planet as big as the giant blue whale. He measures a massive 100 feet long from his head to the tip of his tail. And we could be a giant whale, couldn't we? We practiced this one at the beginning. A really big, huge whale with water whooshing out of our spout. Whoosh! Whoosh! Well done. You're all doing such a good job with these animals. We've got our grumpy walruses. I like walruses. I like they're all like kind of grumpy all the time. Our bodies are covered with blubber and our tusks are incredibly long. We're grumpy and proud and we bellow out loud to show that we're mighty and strong. Can we be big, loud walruses? Oh, 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 oh. With big, strong bodies and long tusks and grumpy faces and big, loud noises. Big old grumpy walruses. There we go. My absolute favourite one now. Penguins! Penguins. We waddle about on our icebergs, which makes our feet slither and slide. And when we get close to the water, we leap off with a splosh off the side. We could be little penguins, couldn't we? We practiced that one too and did some great waddling. Waddle, 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 waddle. And maybe you could try doing a slide on your tummy like penguins do when they whoosh into the water. You might want to jump and do a little whoosh on your tummy and see if you can slide like a penguin. Well done. And next is our big, huge polar bears. When we practiced polar bears, we did big, huge, fluffy bears, didn't we? And we did big, enormous bear hugs. So maybe you would like to be a big, fluffy polar bear and give someone an enormous bear hug while we read about the polar bears. Deep out in the Arctic, the mummy polar bear snuggles up with all her children as it's very cold out there. So you can do your big snuggly bear hugs and maybe you'll want to do a little shiver because it's so cold in the snow. Lucky you've got your big bear hug to keep you warm. What a lot of creatures we've seen beneath the sea. What a lot of funny things they do. Some of them might lick their lips and eat you in one bite. And some might want to swim with you. The dolphin's very friendly, and the lobster's very fierce with his snippy, snappy claws. But the shark is the most dangerous by far. Can you name the other friends we've made along the way? See if you can tell me who they are. Which animals can you remember that we've seen in our story today? And who was your favourite? I'd love to know your favourite animal that we did and your favourite movement. And if you wanted to, and your grown-up said it was okay, you could even send a little picture of you doing your very best animal from today, and then I'd be able to see them. And I would really love to see your penguin waddles or your scary sharks or whatever your favourite one was. That would be wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me today for Commotion in the Ocean. I really hope you've enjoyed it. So I'm doing these active story times, bringing a story to life every Wednesday morning for the next few weeks as part of the Warts and All Link programme. So please do join me at 10:30 on a Wednesday. And we're also doing a bedtime story on a Monday evening at 6:30. So you could also come and join that one if you'd like to. It'd be wonderful to see some of you there. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been so much fun, and I hope you're all warmed up and ready for the day. Have a lovely day. Take care, everyone. Bye.